my own personal philosophy, business is about building connection, building friendship, building community, building partnership, and driving impact. That is how I've defined business. So it doesn't end. It doesn't just end with making money or solving problem for everyone. So the problem that a business solves or individuals are solving should have a connection to a great and powerful relationship, across the segments, of that interaction. So I'm very happy to be here tonight to join everyone, and I welcome everyone to the call. My name is Godwin Asuko. I'm joining this meeting from Abuja, Nigeria. So let's look at our story this way. A brand that started with the background of environmental solution, and how we, from the very hot city of Douala in Cameroon, Central Africa, we decided to move transaction from paper to paperless and to contactless. And then in that approach, we decided to define solution that includes everyone. And that is how the story has been for us. From Cameroon, the business model has, scaled up into all of the Central Africa and all of the French-speaking West African countries. And as of today, we have infrastructure set up that already runs in 24 African countries. So these are the story that we want to tell tonight. And for Nigeria, bringing the whole idea back home, for the past 2 years, we've run a prototype solution into a market of over 10 trillion worth of revenue on a very simple products of airtime and data. And that is what has been our story. And the story will be better tonight because we are all here to listen to everything that we have to say, to the progress we've made, to the milestones that is set ahead of us. And our mission is a simple one. We want to lead and build an inclusive system. Systems to us is not just about the app product, no. It's not about transactions. It's about people, how people can relate to the solution that is being provided in their own environment. And that is to say, we want to democratize ownership. We want to be and drive a mission that offers secure, contactless payment ecosystem across Africa and redefining the future of sustainable living, the future of sustainable city, the future of very sustainable climate adaptability, where we are not threatened by our own behavior. By saying that let's end paper transactions, let's go paperless, let's go cashless, and let's provide an inclusive solution. And that is the brand story that we are going to be listening to tonight. So without further ado, I welcome you all. Where you sit, please keep water close and have your pen and paper, and be ready to go through all of this with us. And like Mr. Goodluck had mentioned earlier, if there are observations all across board from our partners, our affiliate partners, and investors, we are here to take those feedback and to drive a solution that will not only provide access to an inclusive and seamless transition of a business to everyone, but ownership that can be felt by every single family across Africa. Thank you all, and welcome to this very, very important meeting. And do have your time and enjoy yourself as we go along. Thank you, and God bless you.
Wow, just as if you shouldn't stop. Thank you, Mr. Godwin, for that, on the 40 CEO. We're very proud of you, and we want to say, yes, we're solidly behind the vision. We've listened to the vision, and we know it. We've also listened to the mission, and we know the mission. So none of this should sound strange to us. For those of us joining us for the first time, you're welcome. You are seeing the mission, and that is what it says. We want to be able to deliver this, and we are counting you already in our fold. So thank you, Mr. Godwin, for that session. So at this point, we will now hand the mic to our dear friend, an energy buster, somebody that you can't just stop listening to. We want to welcome Mr. Ejike Chinedu. Mr. Ejike Chinedu will take the mic from us and he will deliver a session for us. And let me give him the mic and let's hear him, please. Like we had said before, if there's any question you have, anything that you want clarity on, please jot it down. There will be a time that we'll take that feedback. So, Mr. Chinedu, please take the mic from me and let's hear you. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. My name is Ejike Chinedu, and I'm dialing in from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Confirm you can hear me. Am I being heard?
Yes, clearly. Can hear you clearly.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Goodluck, for being amazing on call, and thank you, my CEO, and thank you, Ma Jackson. Okay. Tonight, for this section, we'll be looking at our target is to achieve 5 things, 5 important things, and then one of them is we'll get to know the origin of fintech. We'll be talking about fintech business. What is the origin of fintech business? Number 2, milestones. Talking about early electronic transfers and telecom-enabled payments. Then, sequel to that, we'll be looking at how fintech business would shape African businesses. How fintech would shape African businesses in the coming years. Then, follow to that, we'll be looking at risk factor, because you can't do business without cognizing risk. Then lastly, we're looking at practical next steps for African businesses. Okay. Thank you once again. For fintech, gentlemen and ladies, I'm interested to know financial technology isn't new. Quite frankly, isn't new. Its application of tech can be traced back 18th centuries. Okay. And over the centuries, where telegraph and money-based transfer started as much as 1800s. Now, today, the portmanteau called fintech, as we know, emerged and became common in the late 20s. Why key building blocks like ATMs, like electronic funding transfers, like card networks, and the mainframe bank system were developed through the 20th centuries. I repeat again, the portmanteau we know as fintech, which is called financial technology, it emerged and became common in the 20th centuries. There are some fintech platforms in America that is more than 60 years, 70 years. And even though the word fintech is still very recent with Africa. Okay. Then why key building blocks like ATM, electronic funding transfers, card network, mainframe bank system were developed through the 20th centuries. Okay. Now, what are the milestones? I'm interested to know what are the milestones. As related to Africa, early electronic transfers and the telecom-enabled payments. Now, I'm interested to know that first ATM cards, machines, computerized banking, and can be traced back to 1960s to 1980s, 60s to 80s. Then what happened in the 90s and 2000s? Now, I'm interested to know also, from 90s and 2000 was the beginning of the term fintech and startups, as internet and mobile phones began to shape services. For us in Nigeria, the GSM, and all that is traced back to 2000, 2001. Okay. Now, for Africa also, from that 1990 to 2000, what happens? Then from 2000 to 2007, okay, how has this fintech ecosystem, the innovation behind fintech, how has it helped Africa? Okay, the turning point in Africa was mobile money. That's a MMO. Okay, early players in mobile money can be traced to M-Pesa. M-Pesa, those who says in Kenya, M-Pesa of Kenya, which allow users to store values, send monies, pay merchants from basic features in phones. Okay, solving real pain point where banks and branches were scarce. That was the essence. That was the innovation behind M-Pesa in Kenya. Okay, then it might interest you to know that this platform also had its own shortcomings and its own merits. Okay, now since then, African fintech ecosystem has grown rapidly. The number of fintech companies on the continent has nearly tripled in recent years, and investments and infrastructures like APIs, payment gateways, neobanks, credit scoring, startups, has expanded sharply. According to African startup lists, we are meant to understand there are about 1,300 fintech startups in Africa. 1,300 fintech startups in Africa, and Nigeria is leading the pack because Nigeria alone controls about 500 fintechs, followed by Kenya 200, followed by Cairo, that's Egypt 200. Now, like we're saying, this is Nigeria being attributed to having 500 fintech startups. And you and I, who are in Nigeria, we are just familiar with just few. Okay, now what happens to chunk part of those fintech platforms? Gentlemen and ladies, those companies are still in their building stage. Like the coordinator told you, the anchorman told you, is a rare privilege for you to be aware, for you to key into a fintech platform that is still in its fledgling state, a fintech platform that is still trying to develop. Okay, there are about 500 fintech platforms in Nigeria. We are just familiar with about 5 or 10. Now tomorrow, by the time we see another one, begin to say when they start, that is what it is. So when you know when these companies are starting up, it's the best time to pitch your tent with them. It's the best time to identify with them. Okay, good. Now, the next thing we're going to look at here is this: how fintech will shape African businesses in the coming years. How fintech will shape African business in the coming years. What is special about Africa? You might interest to know, Africa has the number. Africa is like, Africa, you might interest to know, is the next Silicon Valley. Africa today has 1.4 billion individuals, human beings. And in the coming years, like in the next 25 years, we're meant to understand that number will double. Okay? How will fintech shape African businesses in the coming years? Stay with me. Number one, looking at a faster and cheaper payment system, both domestic and cross-border. Faster and cheaper payment system. How does it work, sir? Now, for faster and cheaper payments, domestic and cross-border, it's a real-time payment, digital wallet, integrated payment APIs, cut cash handling. They will cut cash handling and the settlement times. Real-time payments, digital wallets, and integrated payment APIs will definitely cut cash handling and expedite settlement times. Number two, how will fintech startups shape African business in the coming years? Better access to finance, that is credit invoicing, and digital lending. How does that work? Okay, alternative credit scoring, that is a telecom stroke database, embedded lending and point of sales and marketplace. Also, SMEs that lacks a normal collateral can get soft loans, soft and short-term working capitals, or inventory loans, okay, based on transactions and mobile data. How would fintech shape African businesses in the coming years? Number three, financial inclusion. That is, you'll agree with me, this is part of our vision. Financial inclusion and the bigger customer base. How does this work, gentlemen and ladies? Digital account and a wallet bringing previously unbanked customers into the digital economy. Businesses can serve more customers, that is digital receipt, loyalties, micropayments, and tap previously unreached markets. How would fintech shape African businesses in the coming year? Number 4 point, reduce cost and operational automation. How does that work? Cloud banking, payroll automation, invoicing, expense management tools lowers back office costs and human errors, which automatically allows small-term operation skills. Also, how would fintech shape African business in the coming years? Embedded financial and platform, that's the APIs plus marketplace. Okay, how does this work? Embedded payments, lending, insurance directly into non-financial apps, that's the POS. Okay, e-commerce, logistics, faster onboarding, one-click checkout, finance offered where customers already transaction boost, plus conversions and sales. Now, how would fintech shape African business in the coming years? Also, better risk management and pricing via data and AIs. How does this work? Data-driven underwriting, fraud detection, dynamic pricing, more accurate risk assessment, lower default rates, and enable tailor-based financial products. Example, seasonal loans. Lastly, how would fintech shape African business in the coming years? Cross-border remittances, that is cross-border remittances, FS trade, and innovations. Cheaper cross-border payments in trails, FS, that's financial exchange hedging tools, and the African payment networks. Firms trading regionally can reduce FS frictions and settlement delays, opening African markets. So look at this. These are the 5 ways, among other ways, that fintech we know that could help shape African business. In my address is to know that the exponential growth in the fintech ecosystem, as you can see in terms of payment, digital banking, payment and lending, was instrumental in helping fintech platforms, especially in Nigeria, to attract whopping 2 billion direct foreign investment last year. Like I said, the data is here, and trust me, making money is easy when you understand the direction of data. I've just shown you this is the way that fintech platforms can help remodify African businesses in the coming years. Now talk about risk, because you can't do any business without understanding and giving risk its place. Now there are risk factors. Everything comes with risk. Okay. Number 1, evolving regulations. How does that work? Evolving rules, KYCs, ML, data protections can change product viability, thereby using complaint providers. Number 2, data privacy and cybersecurity. Of course, we know digitalization and increased exposure. Digitalization and increased exposure will ultimately have a ripple effect on the budget for security, meaning that in as much as what we're doing has to do with internet and all that, so as the exposure increases, you have a tool by increasing the budget on security. Okay. Then lastly, what are the risks? Also liquidity and funding. Okay. Fintech growth depends on capital. Is a pure capital based business. Some of us who are in Nigeria who are celebrating Money Point today, Money Point when they started 2015, nobody knew them. People got to know about Money Point 2020 during COVID. Now, every platform, every fintech platform you're seeing today, they have passed through this route where we are today. They passed through this process. It's not something fintech platforms, fintech business is not something you can just go to bank and collect. No, it requires capital, organic capital. That's how it works. So liquidity and funding. Fintech growth depends on capital markets, local funding costs, and fluctuate. Recent report shows funding costs still constrain some digital transition in Africa. Like I said, 500 startups in Nigeria, we are just aware of 17. The remaining 483, we don't know them because those ones are still in the formative stage. They are still looking for funds to gain balance. That's how it works. Okay. Now, what are the practical steps for African businesses, gentlemen and ladies? Number 1, accept digital payments. That is mobile money plus card plus payment link. What are the practical steps for African businesses? Number 2, instrument sales data. That is using systems that capture transaction data for later lending. What are the practical steps for African businesses, gentlemen and ladies? Number 3, try embedded finances. That is invoice discounting, point of sales loans through local fintech partners. Another step is this: automate bookkeeping. That is free time, create incredible histories for lenders. Lastly, partners and the reputable fintechs that are regulated have clear pricing and slash. So, gentlemen and ladies, there's no gainsaying the fact that the biggest boom now is in the virtual payment ecosystem. The choice is yours. How do I mean? You can choose to automate wealth creation. You can choose to automate your wealth creation by identifying with financial engines like fintech, whereby you sit at home in your resting corner when you're sleeping, when you're resting, a system is showing out money for you. How do I mean? Your commercial banks, the owners of those banks don't need to be awake 24 hours to watch you transact to make profit. No. The fintech platforms, the owners don't need to be awake to watch you transact to make profit. No. So you can choose to automate wealth creation by being part of such a viable project like this. Today, we are calling on the public to be part of what we're doing. Tomorrow, this opportunity may not be there. Those who knew, I asked a section the other day, I said, if you were privileged to know, considering the breakthrough that Money Point, PalmPay, and the likes have recorded, if you're privileged to know, we're in a room when discussions that midwife those platforms were made, would you have joined? They said, everybody said yes. Everybody said yes because they have seen the breakthrough that these companies have recorded. Today now, we are discussing about another biggest boom. So I want to encourage you today, like the anchor person told you, this is the first AGM we are meeting today. I want you to take a step. Trust me. Is it working? It's working. How is it working? Simple as that. According to Nairametrics, it's a last year loan, direct deposit on fintech. direct deposit for fintech from diaspora, those who are not in Nigeria, who understand the data, was about $2 billion. How much more you hear? So I want to encourage you today. This is a point for you to take up a decision, be part of this project, and tomorrow you'll be glad you did. Thank you so much, gentlemen and ladies.
Yes. Thank you so much, Chinedu, for that session, and wonderfully put together, wonderfully delivered, and I believe the cascade is clear. So for most of us that probably will still be hearing this for the first time, I still want to tell you that the opportunities are endless. We're just scratching the surface as far as fintech is concerned in Africa. So looking at the history, how it started, we could all see that Africa is still left behind. Most of what we're doing here has since been done in the early 80s and 90s. So how come we're just getting to know about these things? That is because that's the way it had been. Who programmed it? It's for you to ask and find out. And again, I want to now make it like a bit subtle. Is it now in our favor? The answer is yes. It's in our favor because we have the market. I mean, whatever we're going to build here, whatever we're going to develop here is for us. So we're not going to do this and take it out. We're going to do it and use it in Africa. And that's why we still remain Pan-African based. So on that note, I still want to urge you, you don't need to live here without a domino effect. So thank you, Mr. Chinedu, for that session. We want to move on to the next part of the AGM, which will quickly look at the review. And in the business review, let me take our minds back to quarter three, end of quarter three. We had our Q3 performance. And with that, we're able to interact real time with our database. We're able to see what it is we had been doing from when we started November 2023 till date. And I can assure you that those figures, whatever you had seen, is like a child's play. These things are transaction based. What we're talking about here is transaction based, and that's why you cannot miss it. So let's go in for another round of review. Let's go in for another round of review, and let's begin to understand how we connect. So quickly, I'll take you through this session. So our performance tonight, we'll be looking at 4 P's. We're looking at the 4 P's. We're looking at the purpose, our products, our people, and our process. So these 4 P's are very dear to us. We keep them on our table every now and then, and that's why you see that we cannot stop engaging. On the purpose, the CEO has said it clearly. Coming from a Pan-African perspective, looking at Africa, Africa is underserved. So there's enough purpose, there's enough engine to drive that space. If Africa is underserved, it means that the 1.4 billion persons you see today, 80% of this number is underserved. And that's the stark reality. So are you going to sit down and watch how people participate and make a hell lot of money out of this number? Or you're going to come in and say, yes, I will plug in, I will come in, I will do my bit, I'll do my best to ensure that times with that number, I do what I have to do. For us at the product and service level, we want to tell you clearly that what you're seeing is just like a mirage. Do you know what a mirage is? You're looking at it as if you're seeing clearly. Next minute, what you're seeing has transformed. That's how it is. Transaction-based wealth, that's how it goes. So partnership premium, where we want to look at people that are coming in to identify with us at that level. Premium partners, we call them premium partners because yes, they have identified with the business at the highest level. They want to come in and say, we are with you guys, we are with this brand, and we push it together. Let's not make mistake with this term when we talk about premium partnership and investment. They are 2 different things. Now, on the premium partnership, so far so good. If you're looking at the numbers, we've been able to do more than 45 million premium partnership activations. people are activating their accounts. People are coming on board. People are saying, yes, I want to be able to do these transactions and make money for myself. I mean, what more do I need? If, like what our former speaker just said, you sit down, these transactions happens without your permission. People are transacting without informing you. They don't need to take permission from you to transact. So, but we want you to partake of it. We want to be able to say, yes, these transactions that are happening, I need to get a feel of it. I need to get the flow of it. I need some of it to drop off my table. I mean, if you look at what is happening along a chain, you put so many taps, or along a pipe, you put so many taps. As the flow of the liquid is moving, there's usually this drop off at the different points before it gets to the end. So that is what it is. There's usually a start and a finish. But you are plugged in. And definitely, as you're plugged in, there must be something dropping off your table. And that's what we're saying. For the product and services, you know our product and services. And like we've said before, we have not started in terms of what we can offer in the next 5 years. What we have now is what we're displaying to you. On the product level, for everything that we are offering, we've been able to do more than 30 million in terms of revenue. In 2 years, we've been able to do more than 30 million in revenue generation. Activation, 45 million, revenue generation, 30 million. Now, what will happen in the next 1 year? What will happen in the next 2 years? And mind you, all of these things are with their own challenges. So here and now, we're telling you that these numbers are things that we have resonated with, and we can actually tell you all of those things you see in the front of Nairametrics, Business Day, and all of the likes, they are real. When you see them next time, appreciate them, because you need to have a feel of it. For investments, we can tell you comfortably well now that people have plugged in over 50 million naira into the business we're running, into the business you're running, into the business you intend to be part of. So it's a good place, it's a good spot, it's a good portfolio, it's a good brand, it's something that you should be proud of. It's something that you should take to the high heavens, because that's exactly what we're doing. We had said this is our AGM, it's a marketing tool for everybody. Bring as many as you can bring. Let them come and hear firsthand what it is we're doing as a business. Now, for people, quickly, we have various sessions we have put across the week to handle our investors. We talk to our investors, we talk to our partners on a week-by-week basis, and we've been able to quantify those sessions. So for our investors, we've been able to do more than 24 hours engagement with them. And that is 2 hours per day. Breaking it down to a single 1 hour per day, we've been able to do that. For investors, we're meeting them once in a week, 1 hour per week. Then for partners, we're meeting twice in a week, 1 hour. So we've been able to pull out 48 hours in that session. Then we also have what we call Train the Trainer, where we want to train ourselves. We come together as a family, as a fold. We want to speak the same language. We want to hear ourselves. We want to understand ourselves. We want to understand the frequency at which we are operating at. I cannot be operating at 99 hertz. You are operating at 50 hertz. There will be no balance. If I'm operating at 99 hertz, you need to operate at 99 hertz. If you're operating at 55 hertz, I also need to be able to operate at that frequency. So it doesn't mean whichever frequency is higher. It means that the understanding you have, I should have it. The understanding I have, you should have it. That's what Train the Trainer is. And together, we lift ourselves. Together, we flip together. We're not standing in front of you or behind you. We're standing side by side. We want to hold ourselves by the arm. Together, we're moving. So in those sessions, we've been able to put together more than 24 hours engagement. And we are promising more of this in the coming months. Another very important thing that we've been able to put together as far as the people is concerned is what we term the back office training. Some of us, when we look at these things, it does appear that maybe we're just trying to build programs. We're not just trying to build programs. We're very concerned about the people that are doing this business with us. We're very concerned about ensuring that there is adequate transfer of the products we have. Product knowledge is key. You can't give what you don't have. So the back office training equips every single person, every single partner, every single one that wants to resonate with us to be able to use this platform very, very well. So we spend time to engage. And so far, we've been able to do more than 24 hours engagement in this session. And again, this is week on week. We engage 1 hour every week for this. Then lastly, for the people, we cannot have them come without empowering them. We're glad to announce here and now that we have done over 32 million naira empowerment to the people that have identified with us in 2 years. How much more will come in the coming months? How much more will come in the coming years? So the gospel truth is this. The 4 P's for us is our driving focus. If we cannot bring out the people, if we cannot liberate them, when we talk about democratizing enterprise ownership, what are we saying? Is it just something that Godwin Asuko likes to talk about? Or what Matt Jackson will always want to send us info? No. Or you come the other day, Chinedu is talking about it. Or Jonoti is telling you in Abuja. No, that's not what it is. Or you go to Sokoto, Rema is chasing you all about, want to democratize enterprise ownership. That is not it. We want to empower people. We want to put money in their hands. We want to liberate them. As we are getting liberated as a business, people are getting liberated. And that's why we're proud to show you this. Some of you are listening to this session tonight. You have benefited heavily from what we're saying. And the gospel truth remains that for our business processes, we have a 5-year milestone breakdown, which we are committed to actualizing. What we have been showing all along is based on our own internally generated revenue, where we can comfortably say that in the next 6 to 18 months, what we have planned out to release, to deploy, will be launched. So for our 5 business processes that we have seen, most of them are running. Then the other 3 processes that will come on stream within January 2026 and the next 18 months, we're going to look at and witness the eventual launch of the LasLas mobile app. As we speak, it's currently in the testing phase. The app is currently undergoing what we call the beta testing. And that beta testing will be looking at the UI and the UX of the app, the various functionalities, to ensure that people have better experience, people have better feel while they begin to engage. And as soon as the 3 phases of the testing is over, we hope to launch that brand. Pure mobile financial app where you will be proud of what we're hearing. We still want to remind you, this is a rare privilege. Our last anchor person said, MoneyPoint had launched. You were not privy to the informations leading to that launch. Today, they are unicorn, meaning that they have recapitalized to the tune of over $1 billion. The MoneyPoint you know. The MoneyPoint you know, yes. $1 billion they have recapitalized. Do you think they will open up their doors and ask you to come and buy shares? You're going to keep feeding them. You're going to keep transacting using their platform. The same thing with OPay. As we speak today, OPay is the biggest banking institution in Nigeria. That's why you see them boldly say beyond banking. OPay cannot come and say beyond banking for noise. They are beyond banking now. There's no bank, commercial bank that has existed 40, 50 years in Nigeria that can stand OPay. How many years is OPay? The potentials are limitless. You are the only one limiting yourself. So for us, this is what we want to take as our business performance. Looking after the 4 P's. As together we unveil them together, we transcend to greater heights and we move the baton from one generation to the other, because the business that we're building will outlive all of us in this call. We don't want to stop. We don't want to relent. We want to push this together as a family and as a brand, knowing that you will play your part. I will play my part. Then we will hand over the baton to the next generation. The simple reason is you are a shareholder. You are a shareholder. You should be very, very glad. And I want to urge you, while you still have the opportunity, do well to speak to our investor relations. Don't allow that woman rest. Bombard her with calls. Tell her, madam, I want to keep increasing my shares. That's what you need to do. Chinedu told us that this business is capital intensive. That's what it is. To get a mobile money operator license to do what OPay is doing, you need to deposit 2 billion naira with the CBN. 2 billion naira. Let me repeat. If you want to do what OPay and PAMPay is doing, you need to deposit 2 billion with CBN. Capital intensive. The journey has started. So we want to urge you to come along with us. Follow us in this path while we coast to the greener parts of tomorrow. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me. Please, let's mute. Thank you so much for having me. I want to urge us, if you have any questions, if there's anything that you want to ask, you keep them. We'll take it at the end of the session. So thank you and do have a nice time. Well, I will still flow because I'm anchoring, so I'll still move on. And I want to believe you've had a lengthy session listening to the first 5 or the first 4 speakers. We also want to believe that as we move on, we'll definitely want to see how things can resonate quickly with regards to our time. So let's now take on what we want to present as the business challenges. The business challenges. So for the business challenges, I will want to call on Rema. Rema, if you're here, please just quickly take on the business challenge. And Samuel Abu, if you're also in this call, both of you, we'll just do a split, one after the other. We'll just take on the business challenge. Of course, there is no business that you want to do and we wouldn't have to talk about the challenge. So of a truth, we usually have challenges that every business usually would experience. So our major business challenges. Rema, are you in the call?
On the call.
Okay, fine. Okay, so just quickly walk us through the 4 major business challenges in line context here.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, all Pan-African partners joining this call. That waste of time, we are going through the major business challenges to look at what the business challenges has been. And from what we have on our slide, number 1, inadequate brand visibility and Android and iOS app functionality, RAGP, that's RAGP as web application. Now, we will look at this in form of the brand visibility by our audiences. You know, when we look at our audience complaining of a brand, Mr. Gulo just said something about OP. That before you function the way OP are functioning, you need at least nothing less than 2 billion deposited with CBN. Now they have a brand and they have built that brand. They didn't just start in one day. And these are one of the major challenges we are facing in the field in RHP Africa today. Now we have that inadequacy in that brand visibility from our audiences and from us at the frontliners in the field. And when you look at number 2, product and service downtime due to unavoidable downtime of various service providers. Now this has to do with knowledge. Some of this knowledge, what you don't know, you cannot present to the public. Now, some of these products and services that we render, at times, MTN may have their own fault, but because our customers out there, our clients out there, fail to understand that we are just an intermediary interfacing with MTN, Airtel, Etisalat, and the rest. But whenever there is a job fault, everybody begins to say, RGP Africa, what is happening to your portal? What is happening to your portal? They forgot that we are just an intermediary with these payment service providers. And that's the reason why when we have knowledge in sessions like this, it will guide us to fight these challenges that are across us. Every business has its own challenges interfacing with our clients out there. in the field in Nigeria and outside Africa as well. And we'll move to the third one, auto funding charge rate. And when you look at automatic fund charge rate, for some people that have been complaining of, we need to do auto funding, we need to do auto funding. Okay, now auto funding has come. Do the auto funding. Now, our auto funding is, speaking from my own view, is having a minimal charge which is modified. It's handled by modified form, and Modify is partnering with the company to handle these charges. Now, the bill is not charging RHP Africa pockets, but the charges of Modify. That's the way you use your OP and they still charge you for the charges that they are debiting your money and the rest. Same thing with us also, but people fail to understand that there is charges for auto funding. Now, do the auto funding, but some will still complain about the charge rate. And for some that have a clear knowledge of funding their account automatically, are using the auto funding and they are okay with it. Just the way they can transaction with their commercial banks and they charge them SMS other charges and other charges from the tariffs of those networks. Now, number 4 item here says lack of proper knowledge, market engagement, and widespread of product creation. This is a whole lot of those challenges in the field out there. Lack of proper knowledge. I was engaging with some persons at Maiduguri, which I was supposed to be in Maiduguri prior before today. And what from the challenges we have been having in the field out there is that many people don't understand the knowledge of the product we have. But when they get to understand at the end of the day, they begin to feel happy that they are part of the game plan. Now, when you look at OP, many of you, let's come back. Let me drive us back to 2015 or even before 2015. If they should tell an average Nigerian to deposit 1 million naira, even 10,000 naira with OP, they will not agree to deposit such an amount. They say, bank, I have not seen the bank. Where is the headquarters? Where is the head office? I don't even see that anywhere. How will I deposit my money? But they were not having a brand knowledge about the product. Now, but courtesy of the knowledge that these persons we have today about this product, people deposit millions into these accounts. And today, they are where they are today. And that's where we are heading to as a brand also. Growing up a brand that people can believe in us, people can have confidence in us with integrity that they can put such investment and buy shares and they still remain like that. Now, when we are talking about this brand product also, you have to be physically, most of those times, you have to be physically available in the field. If you feel online is okay for you, fine. So from what we have seen so far over the months, being in the field out there, educating people out there, makes them understand where RAGP Africa is driving towards and make us understand where LasLas is coming on board. Now, that is the reason why you've been seeing over the past few weeks, we have been doing series of meetups. No matter the number, let the meetups engage. Now, meetup section will make you explain to your audiences the proper education of this product knowledge that we are servicing. Because in that meetup session, they will get to explain and they will get to put themselves together. Many people that you have been seeing on call here, especially from different parts of Nigeria, some of them we got them through our meetup sessions. When we engage them in the meetup section, we now bring them in our Telegram channels for further engagements, and some of them have been consistent in this engagement. So having a product knowledge about what we are driving at will really go a long way. There is no difference in that we are doing than what your commercial banks are doing. We are doing the same thing that your banks are doing, but we are even giving you a better platform where you can be a partner with as low as a minimum amount. But when you carry out this transaction with your commercial banks, you are not a partner to the free user. But many of us, many people encounter in the field out there because they don't understand. For instance, we went to an interior part of Northwest, and the first said, no, I don't want to get into line. I said, come on, okay. The UBA app, I saw UBA app on his phone. I said, the UBA app you are having on your phone, are you doing, are you operating offline? He said, no, it's online. Do you buy data to use this app? He said, yes. Do you gain anything from using that? He said, no, I don't gain anything. Now, when we brought RAGP Africa to the person, instantly the person signed up with Executive Platinum within the space of 1 hour. Now, that is what product knowledge can do. As at 1 hour prior before that engagement, the person was not having a knowledge of the brand we are selling. But courtesy of the knowledge that the person have, now the person can beat his chest and use RGP Africa portal to carry out transactions. Some of our affiliate members register this app and dump the app. We said, no, it's not the app you register and dump. It's not a register and dump app. No. Please register this app and consistently use it. The way you wake up in the morning and log into your OP account, it should be the same way you wake up in the morning and log into RGP Africa account and carry out your seamless transactions. Now, these are some of the challenges we experience in the field, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Selling the brand and educating the public every day. It has to be part of your everyday schedule. That there is not a day that will pass by without you educating somebody in the brand. And the more the education comes in product knowledge, the more it reduces these challenges out there in the field for us. So I think if there's not any slide again to be presented for these major business challenges, I hope to hand over the mic to Mr. Goodluck, sir.
Wow,
Unless if
thank
there are
you.
other challenges
Thank
to
you.
be displayed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rema. Thank you. It will be very, very inappropriate for us as a brand to have this major business challenge come on without hearing from our regional marketers. So Rema is a northern regional marketer and doing excellently well in the northern region of Nigeria. The whole of the north doing excellently well, moving from one state to the other, name it. All of the northern states, they are combing the whole of the northern state together with his team. Thank you so much, Rema, for a job well done. So without
Much,
wasting time, yes, we will move on. And just like we've seen, these are major business challenges. The truth remains that they are there and we'll surmount them together. As a people, I don't know how determined you are, but I'm determined that all of these challenges, we're going to surmount them. Together, we'll do it. So let's move on to the next item on the agenda. So the next item on our agenda, we'll have to welcome back our CEO. Having had the major business challenge, we've also listened to how FinTech started, looked at our performance, and then we've also looked at the challenges. Now, it's that time when we want to look at how the coming years will be, and we also want to bring back the visionaire to now tell us in clear perspective what are the 2026 business aspirations, what it is that we will want to look out for, what is that thing that should keep us still glued. Yes, we have been seeing the overview, but let's hear him. Let's hear our CEO. So, CEO, if you're there, please take the mic and let's see the business aspirations for 2026 and beyond. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Goodluck, thank you once again.
Yeah.
And good evening and to everyone again. I'm born you to all our friends speaking, partners who are joining us from their various locations. Again, my name is Odin Asupo, and I've been following up with the meeting, just like some of us. I mean, all of us, not some, have been paying attention to it. So I'm quite excited to what we are doing so far, and of course the challenges as one of our marketers, officer, marketing officer, is relating. So before we go into the future, let's look at the past 2 or 1 year. All right, the past 2 years or 1 year for us in improving and our business that can, bring in the solution that we are providing and working together to provide and drive impact together. So over the past 2 years, set up what is called the web app transaction dashboard, connecting 12 currency zones within Africa. So transaction has been possible at the testing level. Everything at the prototype level. I would like to borrow the words of Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, that said, ideas don't come fully formed. So every idea begins at a level, and as a box from idea, from paper to testing to MVP and to the market. For us, we have been at the idea stage. where all we had has been paper design. All right, the paper design to produce a contactless transaction interface that delivers the essentials. According to the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System, uh, over 1.07 quadrillion of electronic payments happened last year in Nigeria. We're not talking about Africa now. So all of the electronic payment system, all of the electronic transactions we've been performing, whether it's access to airtime, mobile data, money transfer, money, what's it called, digital lending, all of the things that happen electronically amounted to 1.07 quadrillion last year. So for us, we needed to be able to upscale and build something bigger and better. So far, so good. Over the past year, we are connected to 12 currency zones on a testing phase. Some of those, countries are already performing. Some are now being infused into hybrid infrastructure that is coming with the mobile app. And so at this level, 2026 is presenting itself. Is presenting itself with a brand change, a change of brand. We are switching to what is called a full-fledged fintech product known as LasLas. So LasLas is going to be interfacing across various product and service lines. Okay, and so one of the ideas that we want to do is to look at how remittances, how payments, how hybrid transactions can happen in Africa. Because we are a Pan-African payway. We are leading infrastructure that will offer this solution for Africa. And so the brand that we are currently running on a prototype scale is moving into a fintech product with a financial app that gives access to all of these services. All right. So on that very app, we are going to have access to service payment technology that incorporates all of the services around the telecom communication sector and around the financial transactions, around insurance, all right, and other value-added services all across board. The recent one is to bring in what is called tokenized real estate assets into the product asset management, and the portfolio will keep growing because the idea is not static; it evolves, it keeps evolving, and it moves away also from just calling ourselves financial services into insurance brokerage, into every other products that will come into play. So for 2026, we are looking at a 100K corporate partnership at the level, right? With the launch of the LasLas brand, we'll be looking out to achieve what is called 1 million downloads from either the App Store and the Play Store, built through service payment technology that dispense these services on that interface. And so a major milestone that we are going to be looking at to achieve next year is to fully integrate super agent network into the app, bringing in what is called the payment solution service, payment solution services that goes across payment terminal, money transfer, and ultimately be able to achieve the mobile money bank. That is the microfinance digital banking that will bring in this solution. So what this idea is pointing to us is that we are not just a business that look at airtime as a core product. Airtime is elementary product. Airtime is just the MVP that we decided to test the market with. So testing the markets over the past 2 years, we've recorded over 20,000 accounts in Cote d'Ivoire. In Cote d'Ivoire, that is the West African French-speaking country. We have achieved over 10,000 accounts in Cameroon, and then we have achieved over 1,500 in Ghana. We have also achieved, for the short period that we've launched in Nigeria, we've achieved 5,000 plus accounts, and that number is growing. The partnership is growing. For within next year, we want to look at what is called the 100K partnership connection, using a very simple model of enterprise ownership, democratized enterprise ownership with the LasLas, product and brand. And so the journey has begun. Today, what you are seeing is that you have a tap doing money remittances from Europe to Africa and to other parts of the world. LasLas will be interfacing those cross-border remittances for Africa. The billions of dollars that you think may be coming from Europe. such amount of money are also hanging around the African borders, which is why we are looking for the solution. The LasLas, as it is spelled, has, please give me the slide of LasLas so people can actually see the spelling. Is a very popular slang. That says LasLas, you can get headtime. LasLas is very common among young people. So it's a slang that is going to be the trademark for the fintech brand. And we are going to be building this portfolio across Africa, looking at Nigeria as a major market, and then bringing our headquarters down to Lagos. All of this aspiration, all of this innovation, all of this involvement is going to happen with Lagos as the headquarters of the project. And so please go back to this slide. So capital is usually the case. And so what we are saying is that the biggest fintech product is currently raising money. You may have missed the ones that are currently raising. All right. You may have missed the one that you know now. But one thing you should know and be sure is that the biggest fintech, the biggest bank, the biggest microfinance banking system, the biggest insurance solution provider, the biggest assets provider, they are currently raising money. And to your hearing today, you are here, to listen to that solution. So make sure that you don't miss out. What we are looking at for the infrastructure that we are concluding is connecting 12 currency zones on the app. So the app will have what is called a common interface management, where anywhere in the world, whether you are in Ghana, you are in Cameroon, you are in Cote d'Ivoire, you are in DR Congo, you are in Nigeria, and about 24 African countries connecting. So everyone we have to do have access to the central dashboard, and then you select your currency zone, select your country, and perform the services, have access to the product that's available in your country. This is what we are bringing in. So we are not playing small. The idea may be local, but the vision is a global one, which is why we are encouraging and calling on everyone. Please, our business, it's important that you understand the product. Like Rema mentioned earlier, product knowledge is key. I know that there have been some level of misconceptions in the past, but we hold that duty to everyone, our partners and affiliate network, to understand that we have a financial service provider. And as of today, that's very, very approval has been made by the CAC, giving us access as a primary objective to provide financial services and the insurance brokerage to all our markets. We have the approval today, and in the coming days, we'll be seeing all of the things that are unfolding, from licenses to approvals to everything that has to do with the business we are building. All of this is enclosed and enveloped into our plans for 2026. So we're also looking at to raise a seed funding that goes from 500 million to 4.9 billion in capital inflow. And at the moment, we are having checks that is almost getting to 500 million. And we want to encourage you not to miss out on what is coming, because it is bigger than an individual. We are building an institution, a Pan-African business, that we offer local solution, offer cross-border connection, and of course, bringing inclusivity for the African markets. So this is what we are calling us to do, and then you must be part of it, because you have here and you have the time to listen to what we have to say today. So because of our time, we still have other session to listen to. So I would like to stop here, and then looking forward to having us join us as we transform, as we make what is called a seamless transition into the LasLas brand. Thank you so much for your time, and do enjoy the meeting as we make progress. Keep your questions, keep your feedback as we have time to attend to all of this. Thank you so much, Mr. Goodluck.
Yes, thank you, CEO, for that beautiful submission. So this is the aspiration. So you don't need to struggle again. You don't need to bother. You don't need to ask yourself again, what are they up to? What will happen? We've heard it from the CEO. The LasLas is coming on. It's onboarded. If you have not been feeling it, you need to feel it now. So officially, the LasLas splash screen has been unveiled by the CEO. I want to take us back again. Let's just admire the beautiful splash screen of the LasLas brand. So this is the first one. You will see it all over Nigeria and beyond. You see it all over Africa. We're building a robust network where you will see this all over the world. We are proud to say it. This is another look and feel of the LasLas, and this is another beautiful look and feel of the LasLas. So this is going to be the splash screen of the LasLas as it unveils itself come January 2026. So thank you so much, CEO, for that unveiling. Thank you for the announcements. Thank you for the aspirations. So we'll move on. There are still one or two persons that will engage us. The session is heavily padded. We want to still indulge you to please just stay tight as we call on our next resource person in our kitty that will talk to us about our insurance. And again, insurance is something that has been dear to us. So I will allow Dr. Kingsley Bechi to help us do justice to this, so that lots of persons in this call that have been asking questions, have been wanting to know how will this play out, how is it going to work. Please, Kingsley, you can take the mic. And again, still to point out, there's something that you need to know here. Please, Kingsley, help me. Take the mic from me, please. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Kingsley. Are you in the call? Okay. Can you hear me, Kingsley? Okay, apparently we're not having him at this time. So we'll just move on. I hope before we round up the session, he will be available to handle his session. He should be dialing in from Owerri, I guess. So let's move on. Okay, so we want to move on to the next session, which will allow our investors lead in the person of Emma Jackson to talk to us. We want to quickly hear what it is that she needs to unveil. And Prof, if you're here, please kindly take the mic and do justice to your time.
All right, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Emma Jackson. You can see I'm sounding so excited, and I'm excited to be on this call tonight, and I'm excited to have each and every one of you on this call tonight. So I'm dialing in from Port Harcourt at the moment, and we're going to look at investments in this fintech ecosystem we've been talking about since morning, since evening that we started this meeting. All we need you to understand is how robust this ecosystem is, and for you to understand the investment you're going into, for you to know that it's a very safe space to invest. So the first speaker has said something around the fintech ecosystem. The CEO has said something around it. Mr. Goodluck has said something around it. So we are just all bringing in the same energy to make sure you understand where we're coming from and where we're going to and where you are landing into, to ensure that that space is very safe for you to invest. And when you invest in that space, you are just so good to go. Now, talking about fintech investment, it involves financing companies that uses technology to provide and automate financial services such as payments, lending, investment, and management. All right. It's a global thing, and global funding for this sector so far in 2021 has reached a peak of $210 billion in dollars. So the system we are calling you to invest in, or the ecosystem we are calling you to invest in, is not a small one. You know, is huge, it's massive. And talking about this space in Africa is still growing, because Africa is a growing continent. Africa has the numbers, and you can't talk about Africa without talking about Nigeria. All right. So please hold. Someone is talking. Please mute yourself. All right. So thank you. So investment in this space is really huge, and it's something you need to pay attention to and ensure that you grab every single thing that is being said tonight and prepare yourself to be a part of what is happening, because you can't sit by and watch this, go by. So the African fintech ecosystem is one of the fastest growing in the world. This cannot be overemphasized. And we're strategically positioned at the intersection of payments, aggregation, and inclusive participation. Even during our trainings, you keep hearing us talking about inclusivity. We want to ensure that everyone is included in this very thing we're talking about. Now, talking about investments in the fintech space in Africa, this ecosystem is very huge and massive, like we said. And Nigeria, you can't talk about fintech in Africa without mentioning Nigeria. There's no Africa without Nigeria, if I may say that. Please pardon me. And this investment in Nigeria and Africa as a whole remains one of the most dynamic and attractive sectors. And this is driven by a deep unmet need for financial services, rapid mobile adoption, and a young continent that is tech savvy. All right. So Nigeria is one of the major fintech hubs in Africa. In fact, it's the major one. It leads in financial technology space in Africa. That's Nigeria for you. In 2024 alone, Nigeria's fintech secured around 44 to 47% of the total African fintech. Everything that happened in the fintech space in Africa in 2024, Nigeria controlled about 44 to 47% of it. You can imagine what that means. It's huge. And the funding alone, approximately $410 million was raised across notable deals. Talking about the Money Points. Money Points alone raised huge capital. The investment coming into Money Points through We Capital that helped them to get to where they are today. The investment coming into Money Points through Google, the very Google that that helped them to relocate their head office to the UK. All these are the things that came into come up to the 410 million. And some other companies, HK mentioned so many of them that we don't know about. There are a whole lot of fintech companies, but we're just talking about the ones that we know about. So Nigeria plays a very major role. And why am I talking about Nigeria to you? Because you and I are Nigerians. This cannot be happening and we're just here sitting by watching. We need to be part of what is happening. We need to go with the flow. We need to flow with the trend of what's happening. We shouldn't be just onlookers. We should also make things happen. Nigeria also holds roughly about 28% of Africa's fintech startups and processes over 100 billion mobile money transactions annually. What are we talking about? 100 billion mobile money transactions annually. This is what happens in the fintech space in Nigeria alone. Now, why we bring in Africa is because this is a Pan-African project. And when we talk about Africa, we have to come down to Nigeria because Nigeria is the heart of Africa, if you allow me to say that. So we also do partnerships. We partner with different other systems to ensure that we produce this. Each partnership is designed to be mutually beneficial, creating value for end users while expanding reach, efficiency, and revenue for all stakeholders. So this is what our partnership does for us and the people we are partnering with. And there are opportunities. The opportunities, is looking at expansion into other African markets. We are looking at increased transaction aggregation. We are looking at raising bill payment volumes. So far, we have seen that annually, Nigeria alone does 100 billion transactions. So we are looking at raising it and having new and strategic alliances. All right. So all of this put together is what is happening in this space and what we intend to do as a system or as a company. Now, we look at early and strategic investors are not just funding a platform, they are co-owners, right? So you may be here as an investor. Don't see that you are funding this platform. You are actually a co-owner of this company. You part-own this company. We are co-owners of a growing financial infrastructure designed to save millions of Africans. Yes, and what is this thing that we are doing? We see investment not just as funding, but as shared belief in our vision. You're not just funding us, you believe in this vision that we're sharing with you. What is that vision? To democratize enterprise ownership. I'm sure you have heard this word more than 5 times this evening. This word means a lot to us. We are democratizing enterprise ownership. We keep telling you that we are refocusing democracy. We're moving it from politics to business. How are we doing this? The equity we are giving out, we want to ensure that everyone gets a hold of it. And that's because our business is the business of the people. Just like democracy is the government of the people. This is the business of the people. And we want every Tom, Dick, and Harry to be a part of it. We don't just want the high and mighty. No matter how little, grab your own share. No matter how little, grab for your children. No matter how little, grab for your family members. Just have a little, because every little counts. People look down on, little things. Please don't. Here, little things make sense. It grows from little to more, much and more. Little drops of water that makes the ocean. So we are democratizing enterprise ownership. We simplify payments, and we build reliable and scalable technology. So you are very opportune to be on this call tonight. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to be very brief and straight to the point. We've been hearing all these things. We just want to ensure that it's really getting down there. You're really, getting to know the reason why you should be here. You are an existing shareholder. You have started small, grow big. You are an existing shareholder. You have invested like 10 million, grow bigger. Mr. Goodluck has already told us how much you have raised so far. This is technology business, and it requires funds. This is a long-term project. It's not a project of invest today and cash out tomorrow. Anything that has to do with technology and finance is long-term. The OPAs, the money points you're hearing about today, didn't start today. At least I know that money points started since 2015. Which year are we in? 2025. This is 10 years down the line. Same thing with OPE. Some years back it started. We are just starting now, and I know I've heard so many people telling us that it's a privilege. It's a great privilege for you to be on this call. It's a great privilege for you to be hearing this. You've seen the CEO unveil the LasLas. Brothers and sisters, friends, my loved ones that are here, don't joke with this opportunity. If you've seen this thing unveiled and you have shares existing, go and increase it. Because by the time this thing goes live, share value will not be the same. So as we look ahead, we invite our partners and investors to continue this journey with us. The future of African fintech will be shaped by those, listen, 1, who believe early. 2, those who build intentionally. Just like I've told you now, be intentional in increasing your shares. And those who grow together. As you are intentional about what you're doing, you're intentional about this business, you're intentional about this opportunity, we're going to grow together, we're going to make things happen together. The opportunity is now, please, not tomorrow. Don't procrastinate. Procrastination is a very deadly disease. Don't say, okay, I've heard you, I will do it tomorrow. I will do it next tomorrow. Some are still watching. A whole lot of people will call me and say, I'm still watching. Let me just put 100,000. I'm still watching. Don't watch for too long. Don't sit at ease in Zion. Don't sit on the fence. People know me for these very quotes. Sitting on the fence is very dangerous, because you can sit on the fence and watch the world pass you by. You will be there watching and things are happening. January 1st is just a few days from today. You don't upgrade what you have, you don't increase your shares, I'm sorry, you're going to get it higher, because this company will definitely recapitalize. The LasLas we are unveiling at this minute, unifying all these African countries, bringing them together, is a major progress. And we can't do it and you expect the value to remain the same. The value has gone up. So if you have foresight and if you understand the future, You can go there and wait, increase what you have today and wait for what will happen tomorrow. So, brothers and sisters, the opportunity is here and the journey has just begun. Let's do this together.
Let's do this.
If someone let's do this together, and let's ensure that we give LasLas the visibility it needs. We give it the value. We give it all what we need, to ensure that this really goes well for us. So thank you, guys. I'll drop the mic here and hand over to the next speaker so that we can save time. Please, any questions, kindly write them down. There'll be time for questions and you ask. And anything that has to do with investment, kindly feel free to reach out to me. Don't call me for things that doesn't have sense, please. Call me when you have need to know how you can increase your investments, how we can do it fast before 31st, how we can do it before 1st. Reach out to me. Let's see how we can make this happen for you. Or you want to invest or rather do your insurance, just reach out to me, okay? I'll be here. I'm always here to attend to you also. Thank you guys for listening. I'm glad you're here and I'm happy to have spoken to you this evening. Do have a good evening and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. That's why I call you Prof. Somebody chatted me the other day, what is Prof? I say, yes, if you want to know why I call her Prof, I will tell you, but not today. So thank you so much, Prof, and good one for having heard from you. I want to specifically say one thing here. What we're doing is not just trying to put together things that will make all of us look good. We're building history. History is being made today. And incidentally, the 19th day of December, I believe we will not forget it in a hurry. For all of us in this call, we will not forget it in a hurry. There's so much that had happened today. At the appropriate time, we will unveil all of what had happened today, right? And again, when we begin to share our timeline, you will also see 19th December when we look at the specifics, because there will be time when we'll drill into specifics and also resonate with those things that shaped what we are currently doing. So I guess Dr. Kingsley is here. So please, if you're here now, just quickly do justice to the insurance so that we can take the next session and round up for the day. So if you're here, please take the mic and engage us. I saw you some minutes ago. You're out again. Okay, so we'll just move on. To believe.
I am here. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear
me?
Okay, we can hear you, Doc. So go ahead. Your time's
okay.
Yes, we can hear you. We can't hear you again. Okay, so one of the challenges with the times. So we will just move on. Doctor, we can't hear you again, so we'll just move on. Maybe you need to change your position. Sometimes you change your mode of transmission. If you're using 4G, go to 3G and the likes. Switch the mode of transmission. It might work like that. Okay. Are you okay now, Doc? Can you come on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Sorry about all of these challenges.
Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. My work is simple. My work is simple tonight. It's just to make us find a very good guarantee, a very good courage. We continually always ask, what if I let this thing down and I lose it? What will be my backup? America is where they are today. Europe is where they are today because there is what I call a guarantee for restoration, for replacement, a guarantee that ensures that you don't lose out. That encourages everybody to launch out. If you have something in your hand and you have a guarantee that if you launch out with it and there is a misfortune, you would definitely have a replacement or a restoration. That encouragement is why you see the moment America mentioned they are intervening in the Nigerian insecurity, you discover that everybody knew America meant every bit of words. Everybody will be very ready to fight as an American army. But few people will want to fight for any of the African countries as a military because of the compensationary or compensatory guarantee. Because for everything you lose as an American soldier, you gain more. Based on this, we're looking at your investment. People may be asking themselves, letting down 100,000 to buy 200 shares, and supposing this company gets this or that, what do I get from it? No, don't panic. We have engaged partnership with the most viable insurance companies in Nigeria, across Africa, and even beyond Europe and America. What do we mean by that? There is an insurance company, an insurance agreement. There is equally an insurance reinsurance. The reinsurance aspect is insuring the insurance company. Every bank that must go far guarantees investors. Based on that, imagine you investing 100,000 to buy shares after today, and you are promised a 1 million naira should anything happen to you in terms of accident. Maybe you have lost one of your member of your body permanently, or you resort to death. If death happens, your family should be able to have a compensation of 1 million naira. In extension to this, supposing I fall sick, I have this 100,000 I want to invest. But if I invest it and supposing there is an emergency of sickness, the insurance company is even promising you up to 100,000 naira medical expenses, provided you are an investor. And I want to ask, all the banks and the fintech banks you know, how many of them go online, make inquiries from their stakeholders? I'm talking about those who are their shareholders. Ask this question. How many of them were able to have this type of guarantee or insurance cover? You may not understand this. Between 2006, 2007, 2008, Zenith Bank, the likes of Union Bank, Apri Bank, Cornerstone Insurance, Costain, 7-Up, I bought all their stock. Almost worth 700 million. Almost worth 700 million. But as we speak today, the company shares of these banks, their shares crashed in the stock market. If you know what is called shares crash, still in existence, and there was no compensation to me. I lost this whole money. I have my share certificates. I can even upload them for all of us to see. And as of today, this is from 2017 now. It's nothing less than 19 years. I've never got a dividend, and I lost those shares. My stockbroker, who is the agent who purchased those stocks for me, told me simply, that those stocks crashed. The moment a bank or a company is no longer trading in the stock market, your shares has crashed. Sincerely speaking, there was no insurance. But we have looked at it in this fintech package we are offering to us. You heard when the CEO talked about LasLas, I'm not losing out. LasLas, I'm so much guaranteed. We are looking at even when you're in a business and you choose to protect your business and you're saying, if I invest this 100,000 or 1 million naira, I don't want my business to suffer. Most times, they say there are 3 motives to keep money: the precautionary motive, transactionary motive, and the other one, speculative motive. I could speculate that opportunity could come, or more transaction opportunities will come. All of those are your motives. We have insurances to guarantee whatever business you're doing. To cover your business against burglary and fire, to cover even your vehicle. Maybe you're a commuter, a transporter, against fire and theft. When you look at it, property damage up to the tune of 1 million is going to be compensated you with what we call indemnity, to indemnify you, to put you back to a state where you were before you suffered a loss. So looking at that situation, you're not going to lose out as an investment partner. The moment you're a stakeholder, mind you, what I'm calling a stakeholder here is you have a stake in this company, you have shares. Be very rest assured that you are going to be selling smoothly till the level you have aspired. Keep upgrading your shares. If you were at level 1, please find it worthy. The story that has so much thrilled this country is the person who is the CEO, the MD CEO of Zenith Group today was a youth copper like P2B was, and she started buying shares as a copper. She kept improving and consolidating her shares, and today she is the MD. P2B at the time became the chairman of Fidelity Bank. That's that thing that is your fear. Be rest assured, at every level you improve or you increase your shares, there is an insurance guaranteeing you are not going to lose at any point. Whether you're talking about any certification or Nigerian crazy policies, this is generation. And this project is equally across Africa. So be rest assured that it has nothing to do with the Nigerian policies. When you have a Pan-African project, you are rest assured that even if the operation is not going to run again in Nigeria, you're going to be earning fatly wherever it operates. We know Ojus Okalu. Ojus Okalu owns the slug group. When the Obasanjo government, out of their policy, stopped Ojus Okalu's businesses from operating here, the slug air, the slug insurance, the slug bank, because at the time, I was running the Ojus Okalu slug insurance. He's operating in Ghana, he's operating in Gambia, he's operating in Zambia, and Oji is earning fatly every year from those transactions. So it has nothing to do with Nigeria alone. If you have more questions that borders on your security, the security of your investment, please, we will always be here to answer you at any given time. Talk to your friends, talk to your relatives, find a better reason to invest today. You have heard much about what the fintech industry is. Cashless is coming more closer and stronger, but you can see the banking closer to you now. With the POS transactions, what we want to even get to at a point where in your house, nobody is taking charges from you. You can access whatever you want. Your account now is going to be more rewarded. As an investor and a partner, you can even get the single-digit loan or funding support. Let's build a bank of our own where we decide and every of our opinion counts. No other bank in Nigeria considers the opinion of the masses. But democratizing this simply means everybody's concern is our concern. Be very rest assured that the insurance takes care of your life, your business, and supports your source to make more wealth. God bless us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kingsley, for
Hello, are you
that
there?
submission. I want to thank you again because I understand.
Hello, are we there?
Yes, I heard you. Thank you. Yes, we heard you. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on, and at this stage, we're at that point where yes, it's okay. We're at that point where we'll take questions and feedback, and we also want to believe we'll have lots of them. So, but before I go to questions and feedback, let's have one small poser for all of us, a very small poser. Now, the poser is this. You have heard so much tonight, and you are beginning to wonder, how are these things going to work? Or when are these things going to be? How and when? I guess you will not be asking why, right? You will not be asking why or where. When we had Rema talked about the challenges, there was something he said specifically. before now, some of us should be skeptical or will be skeptical to say, I want to put 1 million in OPay. Where is the branch then? Where is their office then? Those days. But now you can put 2 million, 5 million, 10 million. Have you still seen that their branch? Have you seen it? Is there any of OPay branch in your state or your locality or where you are? You can literally count them. Now, the reason is this: neobanks don't need physical presence. And again, the poser that I want to leave us with is this. When you talk about how and when, there's no competition in this business. There's no competition. If you come up today, you say you want to offer these fintech services, you'll be issued a license. Everybody that is existing will support you to come up. Nobody will compete with you. Why is there no competition? There's no competition because no single institution or no single entity can consummate what we have in this country. If they leave what Nigeria has for OPay will collapse. The infrastructure of OPay will collapse. If they leave what we have, everything that is in Nigeria for money point will collapse. And have we thought of it in that regard? And that's why we want to still say here now that tomorrow you will see many more fintechs come up. So I'll leave one more after Jonoti takes his question and feedback. So let's have Jonoti now take all of the questions, every question that we have been modeling up, all of those things that have troubled our minds, feedback and the likes. Please, John, kindly unmute and drive the session. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I want to sincerely appreciate everyone for making our time to attend this important AGM meeting. A lot has been said, and I believe we have noted a lot, and we have gathered all our questions. So in a few seconds, I'll be taking our questions and we're supplying answers to all your questions. Before I dive into the questions and answers, I want to let us know, like I have always emphasized, that many of us that are part of this vision, we are going to be proud of ourselves that we are part of something big and something massive. I know that currently now, there's nobody, whether a Nigerian, that will be offered an opportunity to own, no matter how insignificant unit of shares of OPay or money point, that will not grab it with both hands. But what we have here is an opportunity that is going to surpass what we are hearing about PalmPay, them, Kuda, OPays, and money points. We are not just starting, we are starting from experience. And we are working with the best hands. And the foundation of this business is one of the things that has given me confidence. That's why I can boldly turn down every opportunity, because of the foundation we have. Foundation is what determines what this building and what we are building, this project is going to carry. Okay? So we are building something that will look back in 10, 15 years' time. We'll beat our chest and say, thank God I was part of something big and something massive. Now, 1984, there's a company called Adidas. They made a mistake. The executive of Adidas made a mistake. They had an opportunity to sign someone by name Michael Jordan. They decided against that signing. Now, the rival company by name Nike saw that opportunity, they capitalized on it and gave that Michael Jordan a contract worth $7 million. In few years, 2 years to be precise after that, that same contract has generated revenue, billions of dollars for Nike. Now, those profits are supposed to go to Adidas, but they missed out on that opportunity to sign that young basketball. So there are some little opportunities we miss that in few years' time, when the vision become clearer to us, at that time it was already late for us to dive into the opportunity. So now, I don't care how your year has been, okay? But the good news is that no matter how bad you think that your year has been, you are alive today, and that made you a success. So you succeeded this year because you are alive. There are many people that have millions and billions in their account. Today, they are no more. But for the fact that God has spared your life and spared my life for us to see this day, it simply means that we have succeeded. We are victors. Now, the next thing is for us to make sure that we don't end this year the way we started it. And we need to set out. You don't need to wait the first of 2026 before you start planning for 2026. Okay? To some people, 2026 has started since last month. And that is how I want everyone of us here to start reasoning and start pushing ourselves. Okay? When others are planning that their year 2026 is going to start from 1st January, you should know that you're already about 19 or 20 days behind 2026. And that should make us get to work. Whatever you are doing now, tell yourself, I cannot stop where I am. This is not all I can do. This is not my best. I can do better than what I have done. So we must charge ourselves, we must step up. This project is a project that you should be proud of. Anywhere you find yourself, you should be proud that you are part of this vision. Then if you don't have a stake on this vision, please try as much as you can. Like I was telling a potential investor a few days ago, I told her that I can't guarantee you that this unit of shares will still go on that same amount we are selling it now. Immediately we clock January 2026. So anything you need to absorb now on this current price, please do. And that is what I'm telling to every one of us on this call tonight. Anything you need to do, even if you have budgeted, you want to go and squander 500,000 in the village. From that 500,000 you want to squander in the village, you can deprive yourself. That's what we call delayed gratification. You can deprive yourself. Say, okay, because of this, I cancel my trip. I'm not traveling. This money I want to go and spend and enjoy in the village. Let me use part of it to top up my shares. Let me use part of it to upgrade my package, so that I can benefit from this insurance. I can also have free unit of shares. So please, whatever you need to do, just make sure you are not where you are. That is the point I'm trying to make to every one of us. Once again, I want to appreciate every one of us for making it our time to attend this meeting. So at this point, I want us to, if you have any question, you unmute your mic and ask your question. If you unmute your mic and you're asking, you discover that another person is also asking, kindly mute your mic back, because we don't want to take more than one person per time. So let's take it one per time. So if you have questions, kindly unmute your mic now. The floor is open. Thank you. I wait your questions so we can deliver the feedback and response. Do you have anybody with a question here? Whether you're a member or you're a new prospect? Yeah, Jimoke, go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so my name is Victoria Ojo, calling from Lagos. I joined from Lagos. So thank you, SARS and MAS, for the agenda of the meeting for today. My question is this: since this is an AGM, is this going to be like an annual meeting, or is it going to be quarterly, or how do we get to know, the dividends now? Because since an AGM has to do with, those that, is it for those that bought shares now? You understand? Or this is a general kind of meeting now, even for all those that are, partners of this brand. So the question I'm asking now is this, sir. Since an AGM is always, you declare dividends every now and then, are we going to be getting all this information quarterly? Is it going to be annually, sir? Also, you need to know all of this. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for your question. This meeting happens. We have had this meeting before this same year, so we organize this meeting quarterly. Okay, what made this one unique is because this one is end of the year. Okay, every quarter we bring to you our report card. We don't have anything. We don't hide anything. We let you know what has come in and the profit we have made and what we have shared from what came in. So every quarter we call all our members, all our partners, all our investors. We call them on AGM meeting to show them our report card. So it's quarterly meeting. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
The next question. Do you have any other person with a question? We need to make this fast. We don't want to keep you for long because you have sacrificed your time being in this meeting. We realize that time is money and we want to ensure that your time is well invested. So if you don't have more questions, we proceed to the next item because we have some new people here that are attending this meeting for the first time. So please, let's make it very quick. Your questions are very, very important. It can also be feedback. If you don't have question, you may have word of encouragement. You may have word of advice, what you want us to do. We are doing it this way, you want us to do it the other way to achieve more results. You can also give us feedback. It can be observation. Okay? So feel free.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening. Well done, sir. I want to thank God for how far you have taken for this year in this conference. And thank you for all our facilitators for this evening. God bless you in Jesus' name. So the question I want to ask, somebody asked me this question, and I want to throw it back to the house. Now, as you know that the business is transferable. If one is tired of, maybe you don't want to manage the business again, you can transfer it to maybe your child or friend or whoever that is interested to carry it on. So I want to ask, if the share also is transferable, that is, maybe to get to a time, is it possible to transfer it to a child or sister that is part of the system too? So that's what I want to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Like we all know, in the corporate world, if your father, let's say your father becomes PAMSEC, immediately your father retires. That is the end of that PAMSEC. That position ends there. Nothing concerns your family with that position anymore. But here, whatever you have acquired, whatever you own, whatever you have worked for, even if you are no more, that still belongs to you. And that's why we have the provision of next of kin. Okay? And that next of kin, we always require some information, details, email, phone number, how we can contact that next of kin. In a situation whereby you did not supply any next of kin, we still have a way of reaching out to your family to make sure that we get a contact of a family member that we take over all the things you have worked for. So you can transfer whatever you own, your stake in this business, you can transfer it to anybody that you desire. Okay? But we prefer that you spell it out by feeding the details to us. This is the person that I want to use as my next of kin. That's why if you see our shareholder information, there's a provision for next of kin. So it's not there for fancy, it's for transferability. So it's the option is available, and yes, we are doing that already. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening, people.
Yeah, Mr. Dave.
Hello, good
Mr.
evening.
Dave, good evening. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, I thank you so much for all the wonderful presentations that each and every one of you have made. And I'm grateful so much for the LasLas. And we are praying all along that the business we do well, we strive, we grow from strength to strength in the name of Jesus. So now my questions are these. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Hello? Okay,
Go
sir.
ahead,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. One of the speakers spoke on insurance. So I have a question on this, that does the insurance package work for both new and existing members? That is one of the questions I have. Do you want to attend to them one after the other? Because there are still like more other ones.
Yes, I can take it, so we don't compare things. It works for both new and old members.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, then the second question is, are we using the same affiliate link in RUAGP for the LasLas?
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Okay,
Now,
good evening.
I will hand over to CEO to take that response.
Good evening, David.
Okay.
Good evening, and thank you for your question.
Sorry.
So, David, can you hear me? Because of our time, we want to be pretty fast so that it's already 10
I'm
December.
hearing you, sir. Good
So,
evening, sir. Good
yes. So the LasLas app
evening,
is
sir.
an
Sorry,
hybrid
I
financial
can't get
app.
you clear. I can't
David,
get you clear, sir.
can you just keep calm and listen so that you hear what I'm saying? Can you hear me now, David? David, are you there?
Marcio, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, please.
I'm here. I'm
So the LasLas is
yes,
an
I'm here.
hybrid financial app. So it gives a central access, and so that central access also have what is called a universal affiliate code that you can use to get anybody anywhere in Africa. So it's a central access. It's a central management account where you can have a unique affiliate code that you can use to connect partner, investor, user, client, customer from all across Africa. Like we mentioned earlier, it differentiates the various currency zones in Africa, and then segment them and give access to a unique country, but a central affiliate system, whereby if you are in Nigeria and then your default transaction account is in Naira, by the time you use your affiliate code to connect a partner in Ghana, for instance, the system will automatically generate what is called the Ghana CD wallet under your account management, so that your earnings can come in from that direction. That is how it works. So to answer your question quickly, there is a universal link that the LasLas financial app will be coming on with that allow you connect anybody from anywhere in Africa and African in the diaspora. Thank you, David. So you want to proceed to your next question?
Okay, Mr. CEO, thank you for the explanation. So that is to say the RUAGP affiliate link is no longer going to work.
Yes, by the
Is that what you're saying?
by the time the new app is out, the procedures to engage and onboard with security authentication will be announced, and you follow the procedures. Okay, David?
Okay, it will continue to work.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, now, the third question.
Evening.
Hello, Mr. Catalyst.
Go ahead, please.
Okay.
Go ahead, please. Don't ask your
Hello,
question, please.
Mr. Catalyst.
Okay. At this point, Mr. Dave, I want you to ask all your questions so that we can attend to it. Okay. Just ask all.
Now, hold on. Yes, then the next question is, where will the insurance money will the insurance money be reviewed with time? That is one. Then another one is, from where is the insurance money coming from? Then another one is, can I change my next of kin when I wish? Then another one is, for now, take those ones for now. Take those ones.
Okay. These are the questions we can take from you for now because we want to give room for others. Okay.
No, I'll go ahead.
Number one, will the insurance fee be reviewed as we proceed? If need be for the review, it will also be communicated to every one of us here. Okay. One good thing we do here is that we don't take any decision without carrying every one of us here along. Where is the money from the insurance coming? The money is coming from the insurance company, where that same 10,000 naira that's used to activate your insurance fee is being credited. Okay, that is where it's coming from. That is the company that insures you, and that is the company that is going to indemnify you when anything happens. Then you ask another. What's the last question you asked?
The
Yes,
next of kin.
Next of kin.
The next of kin. Of course, you can change your next of kin, but it must be written. Now, you can't just call us on phone verbally say, I want to change my next of kin to this. We cannot accept that. It must be written, signed. Okay? Because we want to have proof that we are the one that asked us to change the previous person that we have submitted. So it must go through the right channel. It's not something you can just talk verbally on phone, say change my next of kin. It must pass through right channel. It must be written by you, signed, so we can document it. Yes, you can change your next of kin. If you decide, okay, this person I want to use as my next of kin, I don't find him or her worthy to become my next of kin. You can change, but you must do it through the right channel. Thank you.
Okay. Would that be all, John? We are really pressed with time.
I think we have just one more person. Joy was trying to ask question. Joy, go ahead. I think that is the last question we take for now.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm just new. I don't think I know. A lot of things have been said this evening. Many businesses, insurance is mentioned, bank is mentioned, ecosystem, everything, so many. So I don't really know what is the name of the business. The insurance we're talking about, is it the insurance that covers the business, that is to cover the business, or insurance as insurance as a business, or is the one that covers you in that business? Please, I really want to know. I don't understand. Everything is just something Greek to me. Sorry about that.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Joy. I think you are right. You are right. Since you say you are new, okay, if you are hearing those different aspects of the business, yes, you ought to be confused. So I think we will start by you understanding what the business is all about. Because of our time constraint, we will not be able to do that now. Okay? But after now, you can chat me up. I can handle you personally to let you know, so I can guide you. You need to get to some level so you can understand that everything we are saying is connected to each other. Okay? We are talking about fintech. We are a fintech company. We are talking about telecom. We render telecom services. We are talking about insurance. We insure our investors, because the business we are building is a long-term business. We want our investors to stay alive. So at the process of doing this business, if anything happens to them, we don't want them to just go without anybody remembering. We want them to get something back. That is why we want to ensure we already know that people insure their cars, they insure their house. Here we are insuring our life. If anything happens, something should come to you because you are part of the vision. Okay? So after now, we'll handle you one-on-one to take you about who we represent, who we are, what we do. Once you have gotten those knowledge, you will appreciate most of the things you heard tonight. So thank you. At this point, I wish to hand over to Mr. Goodluck, because our time is fast spent.
How do I get in touch with you after today?
Okay. From the Telegraph group, I will drop my number. You can reach me on WhatsApp.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. And just before we close shop for today, we want to recognize some individuals, and that is by way of saying thank you again. For those of us that probably will not be getting recognized, just do well to get recognized at the next round. I will allow Mary to come in and handle this session, as special as it is. Mary, if you're here, please unmute and let's have you.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
All right, so starting on all existing protocols, I'm just going to go straight to the list of awardees. So we actually have different type of awards, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to go to mention the people that are recipients of some of these awards, and in no particular order. I'm just going to start from the 50K awardee. So the award system that is built into the platform is just a way of celebrating the hard work and resilience of our partners and team members. So we have, for the 50K awardees, I'm going to just call them by their username. We have in no particular order, we have Domain 001, that's Mr. Isaac. Then we have Moses 51, and then we also have Kim Jack, and we also have Dear IS Wakwe, also known as Jesus Baby, and then we have Ijeoma J Ogwike, and her username is IJ Prettiest. And then we also have a Social Influencer Award, which goes to Mr. Rema by username Rema at Vision Towers. All right. Then we also have a Star Award to Mr. Money Sweet. All right. So these are some of them. And then for our 75,000 naira awardees, we have Mr. Moses Emmanuel. We have Mr. Ignatius Egbe. And yeah, so those are some of our awardees for now. So we actually have, just like I said, we have different type of awards that our members are actually liable to, right? So basically, you get these awards, based on your hard work and your resilience on the platform. So even as we get into the new year and we unveil the new that's the LasLas, as we rebrand as LasLas, some of these things are going to be clearer to us. All right. And then of course, as we resume our daily Telegram meetups in the new year, we would also get, because we also have those sessions where we get to also talk about these things more extensively, right? You get to understand them better, and how you can also be a part of it. Yeah, so thank you very much, and of course thank you to our award winners. We celebrate you, and we thank you for your resilience, your hard work, and for showing up, and also for making up for the lack of others as well. Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mary, for this submission. A very good one, and straight to the point. So we'd like at this point to tell every person that yes, what we have just witnessed is history in the making, and we want to believe that when we come here again about the next time we have this, it will be better, far better than this. But before we call it quits for tonight, what awards we have here, it's open to everybody. There's no special caveat. If you deserve it, you get it, and if you work for it, you also get it. She has told us clearly most of the things to be made clearer on how the things will go come the new launch and the new brand portfolio. But before we call the CEO to actually give more accolade to these persons, I want to tell us that individually, we are all CEOs in this place. So long as you're in this portfolio, you're supposed to be your own CEO, meaning that you have a business to drive. And until you understand that, you might be just thinking as if you have somebody that must direct you on what you need to do. So CEO, please, just a word to our awardees, and also do well to close the session for us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Once again, Mr. Goodluck, we want to sincerely apologize, appreciate everyone of our partners on the call for their patience, and why I extend very warm congratulations to all the awardees, the recipients for the year 2025, and we want to appreciate you for your hard work. We want to appreciate you for your influence, for your impact, for your zeal of ownership, for your ideologies, and for owning the business, for moving against all odds, against challenges, against setbacks, to achieving the award. All of the awards are based on performance, and in the coming year, a lot will be unveiling. The momentum is quite high for the rolling out of the LasLas brand, and so we look forward to doing great things together. And we want to see you, moving from this level of awards to achieving greater things and building a community of partners and ownership, and owning your business as it is. So to everyone on the call, we want to thank you, appreciate you all for everything you've done this year, appreciate you for your commitment, for your belief, while we move ideas from paper to the testing app, and to looking forward to extending the idea across Nigeria and all of Africa, and especially key 5 countries we want to penetrate in the coming year. We pray that God will keep all of us alive to see the great progress we are looking forward to make. We want to encourage you to keep doubt away and take ownership and take the very front line of the business. Bring your ideas. Your ideas can shape the business. Your idea can transform Africa. Your idea can make a whole lot. So don't keep it to yourself. Bring it to the table. Let's see how we build it. The next big fintech, the next big bank, one of the biggest, is what we are seeing now. And fund capital raising for that big bank is going on. Don't be on the bench. Don't be on the fence. Don't sit out and be part of it. So this meeting is coming to an end, and with that, we are closing up the year. All our virtual meetings, online meetings from 8 p.m. We want to also extend our congratulatory compliment to everyone for their year and the Christmas season. We want to wish you a very happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year as we build much more partnership, build more connection, and connect community to community, starting one person at a time, and to forge partnership that shape our community and make our family better, and drive impact with the brand. Better days, better years ahead as we look at our vision together. Where we have made errors, we want you to forgive us. Where we have made delays, we want you to also forgive us. Where challenges are overwhelming, we want you to also take heart and take it with us. Ideas don't come fully formed. They evolve as we all work on them. So from Ghana to Cameroon to Nigeria to Cote d'Ivoire, Congo, Brazzaville, Gabon, we want to thank you for joining, and look forward to doing business together. So I think on the 6th of January, communication folks will keep in touch with us and how we are returning from the New Year break. Thank you all for your time tonight, and have a pleasant weekend. And the road to LasLas has begun. See you all when we see you. God bless you. Stay safe, remain calm, remain positive, and remain focused into the new year. Thank you all, and have a pleasant night.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
Good night,
Thank
and
you.
we'll resume.